Whether you're an HR manager handling private performance reviews, a customer success manager logging client calls, or a finance lead doing confidential quarterly budgets, you're probably wondering, how do I make sure the right people see the right meetings and sensitive ones stay private in Fireflies? Well, this video will walk you through exactly how to do that, so stay tuned. You can control the visibility of your meetings through two separate settings that you can access through the settings tab on the Fireflies dashboard. You scroll down and you'll see two options here, two settings here, email settings and privacy settings. These often get mixed up. I'm here to clear the confusion once and for all. Now, the email settings decides who gets the meeting overview after the meeting is over in their email inbox. It looks something like this. This is an email that gets generated about 3 to 4 minutes after the meeting. It has metrics, it has a meeting overview, and this is what it looks like. By default, it has the meeting overview, but you can customize it to include action items, other key highlights, etc. So you have a few options to decide who gets these email recaps after the meeting is over. So by default, everyone on the invite, irrespective of whether they're internal or external, get these email recaps, but you do have other options as well. So let's say you want these email recaps to only be sent to yourself and the participants from your Fireflies workspace and no one else. This is when you set this option. Let's say there are some participants that were from your domain name, that means from the same company as you, but they're not part of your Fireflies workspace. That means they're not the users here. So you can also select that option. This is great if you want the entire team to have visibility over the meeting. Then there is an option if you want to control these email recaps and make them limited to only yourself, you select only me as an option. Now let's dig a little deeper into privacy settings. This is who can view the detailed meeting recaps like this one with the entire summary, transcript, the soundbite, and the video. Now, let's say you want to have a tighter control over who gets access to this. You can actually select only yourself and then later change the settings by going to an individual meeting that we'll talk about in a bit. But this is perfect if you want to control the visibility and have it only to yourself by default and decide who gets to see the meeting recap on the go. Now, let's say you set it to only me. You have an option to apply it for all the future meetings or the option to apply to all the meetings, even even the past meetings. So you select accordingly. I'm going to select an option to only apply to future meetings. If just giving you an overview of how these kind of interact. Now, let's say the email recap settings were as set as default, which is everyone on the invite, but you have set the privacy settings as only yourself. Now, this is important to note that while everyone on the invite will get the emails recap, no one except you will be able to view the entire meeting notes, including summary, transcript, etc., on Firefly. So they just have access to whatever you decide to be part of the email recap. Coming back to the other privacy options, you can decide for this email recap to be visible to only the participants of the meeting and your teammates. With teammates, we mean everyone on your Fireflies workspace. It doesn't mean people from outside of your Fireflies workspace, even if they have the same domain. So you don't have to worry about that. If you want to just make the meeting visible to everyone on the team and the participants, this is great for sharing onboarding calls for team training or just as record. This is one option that you can select. Only participants is when you want this meeting to be accessible only by the participants of the meeting. This is good for, say, HR one-on-one reviews or anything that you only want the meeting participants to access. Now, an option to select only teammates, that means no external party or the vendor or the client gets access to the full meetings, even if they have the email link on their email. They will not be able to view the detailed summary and transcript unless and until they are in your Fireflies workspace. Now you select only me here. Like I said, if you want to have complete control. And let's say that we apply these settings and the privacy settings are set only to me. But later, after the meeting is completed, you decide to share it with other team members as well. So what you have to do is you have to go to the meeting notebook. This can be accessed in a multiple ways. You can pick this up from your Fireflies dashboard, or you can go to the meeting tab and select whatever meeting that you want to share. You select this option, share option right here. This has exactly the same option that we had in the default settings as well. Now, one thing that is important to understand is that this will not override your default privacy setting. This is only going to be true for the meeting in question right here. So for example, we're talking about team updates meeting. This will not change your privacy settings that are by default. Let's say for this, I want all the teammates across Firefly's workspace to have access. I will select this, and everyone on your Firefly's workspace will be able to see this meeting in their meeting tab, or basically their all meetings tab. Now, coming back to this, there are a few other private sharing options as well. Let's say you want to share it with a particular person. It can be, again, external or internal, that doesn't matter. You can choose to send it to a particular email address. Or you can also decide to share it with a particular group. So for example, if I want to share the team updates with the community managers, I've already created this group that can be sent to these community managers. Now, let's say that your default privacy setting is set to everyone within the invite, or to all your teammates, but you do want to update to, for some meetings, some specific meetings like a confidential one-on-one or a confidential budget meeting, and you want to restrict the access there, you can update the meeting from teammates to only owner. That means only you will have access, and choose to send it to specific people like we discussed. And that's about it. Now you're in full control to decide who gets the email recaps and the visibility of your meetings on your Fireflies workspace. Now, let's say if you are a team admin, you can control exactly that for your entire team by going to the team settings on your Fireflies dashboard. So you can access it on settings here, going to team settings, scrolling down. You'll see all of those options here as well. You can either select it for all your team members, or you can allow your team member to choose these settings. And that's about it. I hope this was helpful.